In this example, we are giving two functions f and g in formula form, and I want to find a formula for the composition of f and g and f. I called them h and m, although, you know what, I don't have to. Let's actually drop this. Let's just write the formula for f dot g and g dot f. So let's start with a. So f dot g of x. This is what we're looking for. By definition, it's f of g of x. So this is the case where you take x, you feed it into function f. What comes out of, no, you feed it into function g. What comes out of it is g of x. See, g acts on x first. And then you feed g into function f. And what comes out of it is f of g of x. Okay? So this is equivalent to feeding. So what we're looking for is what's the single function we have to feed it into. And we call that f dot g. Okay? One thing to watch out for, you see, we write f dot g, but in the decomposition I have above, it's g that acts first on f. So you see you've got g here first, and then f, okay? But this notation, f dot g, makes sense when we write it like that. You see we've got, right, it's f dot g of x, and it's easy to remember when you've got this that you actually get g acting on f first. So it's f of g of x. Okay, so what's f of x? F of x, or f of anything, is that thing squared. So we're going to feed g of x into it. Okay, so what will come out of it? Well, let's see. G of x is x plus 2. So what will come out of it is x plus 2 squared, right? So I'll just write f of x plus 2. And f squares the input. So that's the composition. Now let's calculate g dot f of x. Okay, now it's with this notation, it's easy to remember. F is going to act first on g. So basically, if you had the little diagram with the machines that I drew above, it would be f that would show up first, acting on x. So it's going to be g of f of x. So that's going to be g of x squared. And g of the input is the input plus 2. And I'm going to feed x squared into it. So what comes out of it is x squared plus 2. Okay? And one thing to realize is that those are not equal. Not equal at all. In particular, if I expand this one, you see I'm going to get x squared plus 4x plus 4, okay, which is really far from x squared plus 2. The composition of functions is not does not commute. So f dot g is not the same as g dot f. And don't mix it up with the product of two functions. So if I don't put anything in between, it's the product of two functions. That commutes. So fg and gf are the same. But f dot g and g dot f, that's the composition of functions, and that's not at all identical. Okay. So I just wrote that down in my warning. F dot g is not the same as g dot f, but fg and gf are the same.